Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Earlier today, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga met Azimio Mps members of parliament at Statehouse, Nairobi. And there were some speeches made there. So in this video, I want us to have a look at the political agenda or objective of that Statehouse meeting earlier today. Yes. But before we do that, I want you to have a look at this short clip of what transpired during that meeting today. Have a look at this.
Nengo vieleza na basi.
Yes. Very nice.
Niko fiti. Kwanza. Sana.
The political parties amendment that we are trying to push through, which some people have tried to demonize as they try to demonize BBI, that is giving us an opportunity for us to be able to formally work together across political parties in the interest of the nation. Because this is what we are trying to achieve. As we sit here today, yes, I am a proud member of Jubilee, but I am an even prouder member of the Kenyan society, which I see reflected around these tables here. To be here with leaders from across the divide. And this is really what we are trying to achieve. To say that we may belong in many different homes, but we can actually work together for the common interest of 50 million people.
Lawmaking and even constitutional making is always work in progress. Even the oldest constitution, democratic constitution of the United States of America, is still work in progress. And you've got several amendments which they all the times quote to you, Amendment 5, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, and so on and so forth. So there's really, it's not a crime for somebody to see something is wrong in our constitution or in our law that we need to change. Because it only makes things better. They say that a good idea always yields to a better idea. And a better idea would yield to the best idea. So what you guys are doing is basically trying to improve governance in our country. So we really want to thank you very, very sincerely for what you did.
Yes, that's exactly what happened today at Statehouse, Nairobi. What's the political agenda of that meeting earlier today at Statehouse? That's our analysis and discussion right now. So if in case you've just bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Give it a like, please. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. There are three political objectives or agenda of that meeting of today. The first objective, and I'm going to explain them in details. The first objective, that meeting was called to mobilize members of parliament allied to Azimio for the passage of political parties bill currently in the Senate. That's the first objective. The second objective, that meeting was called for the president and Raila Molo Odinga to sell their unity agenda or narrative. That's also one reason why that meeting was called today. And then finally, that meeting was called deliberately for succession politics. I believe those are the three main agenda why that meeting was called today. So let's start with the first agenda. To mobilize for the passage of political parties bill. The last time the political parties bill was subjected to a debate and voting in parliament, even though the president's side won, William Ruto's team and side gave them a run for their money. And that was largely because the president's side, even though there was some behind the scene mobilization, it was not all that thorough. It was not all that serious compared to the kind of mobilization William Ruto did on his side. William Ruto, in fact, met with the leaders supporting him, and they actually took a very firm decision and position on what they were to do in the National Assembly when the debate on the bill came out. On the side of the president and Raila Molo Odinga never sat together with the members aligning themselves to Azimio. And that led to this William Ruto side giving them a lot of problems in the National Assembly. Right now, the bill is currently in the Senate. And should there be any slight amendment, then it would just mean the bill will go back to the National Assembly. And that will be a waste of time, and there is no time to waste. So the president wanted to mobilize his team, his troops. He wanted to show them, to tell them that this is his bill. He is fully behind this bill. Yes. Because in the last vote in parliament, we saw a good number of Mount Kenya members of parliament, or rather from Mount Kenya, aligning themselves to Tangatanga during the voting. But the president wants to make things clear that this is his bill, he's fully behind it, and is imploring upon members of parliament, aligning themselves to Azimio to make sure they support and pass this bill in the Senate. That's one objective and agenda. And I'm saying that again because, largely a meeting called by the president had some weight. It now sends a picture that this is a serious issue that should not be taken lightly. And then the second objective, the president wanted to sell this agenda of unity because, Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Molo Odinga, after their handshake, or rather the main reason for their handshake, was to unify the country. Yes, was to unify the country. And even from the president's speech, he made that clear that even though he's in Jubilee, he's very happy to see members of parliament across different political divides. That is contrary to what his deputy has been preaching. William Ruto is on record as saying that out of the 8 million Kenyans who voted for Uhuru Kenyatta never saw somebody fit in Jubilee maybe to succeed him. So the president here was just in one way or the other trying to answer William Ruto. He was trying to tell William Ruto that leadership of a country can come from anybody, or rather from anywhere. It does not necessarily mean it comes from only those who supported the president. So that's also a clear way the president wanted to expose his deputy as somebody who is not out for the unity of the country, but as somebody who is there for maybe his own personal gain, or rather to achieve some personal agenda or objective. The president wants to paint a picture that Azimio, himself and Raila, they are for unity, while the other side, they are just for self-political glorification. And then finally, the meeting was also convened specifically, purely because of succession politics. And even from the sitting arrangement, it was very clear that Uhuru and Raila were trying to send some signals. And the signals were being sent to members of parliament aligning themselves in the Azimio. You know, all members of parliament, whether Wiper, Ford Kenya, ANC, as long as your party aligns itself to Azimio currently, they were invited and they attended. So the president was indirectly trying to tell these members of parliament that his preferred successor is maybe Raila Molo Odinga, because it was him and Raila Molo Odinga who were present during that meeting. Yeah, that was a way the president wanted to show these leaders that he has no problem with Raila Molo Odinga succeeding him. He has no problem even supporting Raila Molo Odinga's presidential bid or ambition come this year. So that in one way or the other can also lead in mobilizing these members of parliament. It can also have some impact on these members of parliament aligning themselves in Azimio to start seeing Raila Molo Odinga as maybe the likable or the likely leader after President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because I believe without direction, some members of parliament can take divergent opinion as to who maybe the president is preferring. But because of this meeting, and also because of what the president said yesterday in Nyanza, and he has been saying and repeating such kind of words, it's now becoming clear that the president is out to support Raila Molo Odinga's candidature. So he wanted that to be clear also to these members of parliament who are present there today. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I believe those are the main objectives why that State House meeting was called earlier today. Yes. So if in case you've just bumped here for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Give it a like, please. If you are also a fan of us here, but you have not yet subscribed, take this moment right now, tap on the subscription button and also on the notification bell. But also, don't forget to give this video a like and also to drop a comment. God bless you. God bless Kenya.